Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Sisterhood of the Traveling Gi. I'm your host, Ashley. And I'd like to welcome Jackie and Ashley. Say hello, guys.
Hey.
Today's episode, we're going to discuss dating in the BJJ community, aka Jiu-Jitsu community. All right, so first, let's start off with a couple backgrounds of your Jiu-Jitsu. Jackie, you can go first.
Okay, so I've been training Jiu-Jitsu for 6 years now, and I'm a purple belt.
My name's Ashley. I've been training since 2018 on and off, and I'm a white belt.
Since 2018, on and off, a white belt. That's 4 years?
Yeah, through COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Getting a bachelor's.
Okay,
Nice.
so
Yeah.
it's been a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Dating.
the dating scene. The dating scene has also been rough
All
through
above.
COVID, and then I guess, even worse with the jiu-jitsu because we were all trapped in our homes and couldn't even train really.
Yeah.
So we finally got to get back. All right, so dating in the jiu-jitsu community. I guess I'll give my idea. Ideally, when I started dating, I guess it seemed pretty cool. I loved wrestling. I liked WWE at the time. I watched it. Didn't do it.
Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that. You're so funny.
Yeah, I used to play with my cousins all the time, and we would wrestle and like tap each other out and like
How
tap
funny.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, like all of it. So when I got introduced to it, well, first of all, the guy I was dating was attacking me all the time with his jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
So you're already dating someone that did jiu-jitsu.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
That was your welcome into the community?
Exactly.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was dating,
That's
and then and I'm like, yeah, it's just like WWE.
Yeah.
I get to tap people now for real. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
and that's so typical when you have a partner that's like really into something that they'll like naturally try to get you to join in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't even really try. No, we would just be like cuddling, and then all of a sudden I'm like being choked or something, or my arm is being attacked, and I'm just like, what is happening here? I want to defend myself.
Yeah, you're like, I had enough. I want to know you know.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like that I
Yeah.
can't even defend myself, and you're just so easily like hurting me.
Yeah,
Like, what
you're
is
like,
what
yeah,
is
fuck
this?
this.
Right? So I finally I started the class, and I'm like, this is amazing, and it definitely got a little complicated there. So yeah, because it's a very contact sport.
Yeah.
And if you're not used to seeing the opposite sex roll with somebody that you're dating, it can definitely be different.
Mm.
What was your intro on the dating scene?
Well,
For jiu-jitsu.
For jiu-jitsu, well, the way I got into it was through a friend. Like at my job, we used to work at UFIT together, and I would just see him like watching MMA on his phone. And I was a big wrestling fan. Like I have a brother. We're like RKO,
Yeah.
And
RKO.
Monday Night Raw, I was there like every Monday. But I was 21 when I started, so I was working, and I was a personal trainer at the time. And then I just go in there. I'm like, do you do MMA? And he's like, yeah, I'm a MMA fighter. I was like, interesting. And then we were just started talking, and he's like, yeah, at the time he was a purple belt at Jiu-Jitsu, and this was 2016, and he was like, you should try it, like getting me to try it. I was like, you know what, one day I'm gonna try it.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we had a black belt, his name's Mike Cardoso. He's a black belt, very well known in South Florida, and he used to train at our gym, like lifting weights. And then he was like, you should come one day. And I was like, I'm here like a little timid. I'm like, I don't know, Mike, like what does it entail? And he's like, just come, I'll take care of you. And I came the first class, and I was like, okay, this guy was right.
It helps to have somebody bring you into it.
It does.
Yeah.
At least for a female, for sure, because I would definitely feel intimidated as a single girl walking into a jiu-jitsu gym.
Yeah. Josh was actually a good friend of mine since my first year of college, so he had told me briefly. Yeah, he had briefly told me he had been doing jiu-jitsu, and I was always in sports all my life, so coming out of high school, I was like, people go to the gym, like that's all you do. Like I want to like work out still, but like actively, and I wasn't competitive enough with my soccer skills to feel confident to go into there. So I was like, let's do a 2-1, a hobby and something I can actually learn. And so when he told me like, oh, he goes right there in Kendall, I was like, that's my place.
Wow. So we were all brought in by somebody.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But almost every day before practice, I would sit in my car, smoke, and just be like, fuck. I was like, Ashley, you're going in. You're already here. Stop.
What? Like because you were scared?
I was just like my body was like on so much adrenaline, like thinking about
Did that happen to you, Jackie?
No,
Did you get
actually.
stressed out?
No, like the first few days, I was the only girl on my first team. The only girl. So you can imagine, I got
all the guys were probably like,
bro.
hey.
It was bad. Like I've cried a few times. Like
yeah,
but
that's hard being in a male-dominated
yeah,
sport.
but my personality, like, if you fuck me up, I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna not let you fuck me up again the next time.
We all agree that like we're very competitive.
Yeah.
So that's also why we probably have stayed in jiu-jitsu for so long.
I have targets. So I was like,
oh yeah, I have an arch nemesis
But
in
is
my
it
gym.
because they hit on you or because...
well,
No.
it can be a little bit of both.
Okay, so
You
she
know?
has targets because she was hit on, I guess, by all these guys,
Yeah.
and she was the only girl, and she's like, I'm not about this right now.
And then they want to be like, it's okay, don't worry. Like, I'm gonna let you beat me up. And I'm like, oh,
What?
oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was a mix of both.
I'll let you beat me up.
Yeah. Ugh, the worst. God, I hate
Cue
that.
vomit noise. All right, so let's see. Moving forward. Okay, so I guess I've heard that it could be a little complicated dating. I didn't really think about this because since I was brought in by the guy that I was dating, it was a little different. But dating, in your school versus outside the school, it being such a small circle, like I've heard that some people don't really feel comfortable dating jiu-jitsu guys at all. Like the girls who do jiu-jitsu don't feel comfortable because the circle's so small. If something goes wrong, it kind of just like ripple effect through the
It's
whole
extremely
community.
small.
Yeah.
Because most of the guys at the gym become best friends with each other.
Right.
They have
so
group chats.
It's a clip.
Guys
also-
gossip just as much as girls.
100%.
Yeah. So
100%.
when it's crazy to see the other side, especially as a single woman, going into like practice and hearing so much guy talk.
Oh my god, that's right. Yeah, we did get a little insight.
I now
scoop to
know.
the guy talk.
Yeah, I now know how like they think mentally, and like it's a lot of guys. Like,
Yeah.
especially now, like our gym is
Oh god, especially our gym.
our gym is
very
packed,
vocal.
and everyone
your
has an
gym.
opinion.
Your gym is the best. It's so nerdy.
It's
and
so
all the
natural.
guys. Like,
So
it literally has
nerdy.
my heart. Like, Daniel Perez
Aw.
is in my heart, for real.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, that is true. Like, the guys do way more chisme than the girls. And, like, sometimes I look at them with disgust. I was like, you guys really think like that? Like, I'm like, tell me more.
Tell
me more.
And it's only like the
Tell me
top
more.
of it because they know they're in public and they're not gonna say as
True,
much of
true.
the stuff that they actually say in
Yeah, then they
discreet
have their little
corners.
separate guy
Little
chats
group,
where
yeah.
they really talk about the stuff they don't
Oh
want to
my
say in front of
God.
us.
Exactly.
I wonder.
I wonder.
Do you know they have a group chat?
Oh,
Of
yeah,
course they do.
At least ours do.
Really?
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
No, I don't know. So I need to
they
find
do.
out
They
if
do.
they.
They-
There's
no,
a
they
guy
do.
Chat, the same way we have a girls chat.
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah.
have a guys chat.
Well, it was kind of in a reaction towards the guys having a group chat.
That's true.
Oh, like
right,
they let it out,
right,
like it spills
right.
out.
Because it was like no girls allowed. So we're like, we know.
Yeah,
what,
we're like,
well,
oh,
screw
we're-
you guys. We made our own chat.
That's
we have,
awesome.
But we have like 8 chats. It's like we have so many goddamn chats.
It's like
But
for every
whatever.
event.
Every event and you chat. But so tell me, like, how do you feel about that? Like in your school versus outside of the school, and just in general, like jiu-jitsu guy versus a non-jiu-jitsu guy. Whoever wants to go first.
Well, it's very it's different, completely different worlds, 100%. Like I was dating a non-jiu-jitsu guy, a couple, and when I first tell them like, oh yeah, I do jiu-jitsu, I'm a pro, I've been training, da da da, and just the first thing they say, and it's like very how do I say it, like belittling.
Oh, like
Yeah.
condescending.
Condescending, yeah, and I'm just like, why?
Wait, a jiu-jitsu guy or non-jiu-jitsu?
Non-jiu-jitsu
Oh,
guy, a
non-jiu-jitsu.
non-jiu-jitsu guy, yeah.
Like what?
Like, oh, you probably can't beat me up, or oh, I would love to see you, yeah. And it's like so childish, like we're so grown, like why are you saying that? Instead of being like, oh, you're a badass, like oh my god, like,
Right, respectfully.
respectfully,
Respectfully.
yeah. Instead of like complimenting me, you're just like, oh, I bet you can't beat me up. Bitch, I probably can beat you up.
Not only that, it's just as females, we're not going into the sport like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna fuck a guy up. Like
all of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be able to defend myself.
like the main priority.
When a partner's like, whenever I want to date, and they bring up like, oh, so can you do a takedown on me?
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
I could, but we're in the middle of the park, bro. Like, doesn't literally look
We're in the middle
appropriate.
of the park, bro.
I'm like, go sign a waiver, and then I'll see you on the mats.
That's funny.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do this in the middle of like, I don't know.
No, but then also I think you sent me a video too that some guys will be like, "Oh, that's so awesome! Like that's badass." And then the
Yeah.
moment they find they find out how many dudes you train with or how much
Oh.
contact is involved, they're like not
Yeah.
okay with it anymore.
I was with a
All of
partner
sudden.
that was actually very controlling, and I didn't realize it until because we're dating through COVID.
Oh.
And so we weren't around a lot of people. And when I started opening up more about like, oh, I'm going to go back to jiu-jitsu, we had already had a bunch of jealousy arguments before this. So then when I brought that up, he was like, and we haven't even talked about you going back to jiu-jitsu.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh
lordy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I learned quick, like if you don't have a partner that agrees with the sport that you're going to be doing for a long time, it's not going to be worth all those arguments and fights.
For sure, because
there's no way.
Like a lifetime.
And you should find someone that wants you to like be happy and push you to do those things. I even had a partner, my most recent ex of a year, he never encouraged me also to like push me to go towards them, you know. So you should also find someone that is going to push you towards the things that make you happy or whatever it is, and remind you and be like, hey, you haven't been painting in a while, Ashley, like maybe we should go to painting with a twist.
Yeah.
Let's do something, or you know, or like, hey,
sure.
like why don't you do jiu-jitsu anymore?
Definitely.
Like, because I was going through a serious issue where I was kind of depressed when after my grandma passed away, COVID hit, I lost my job. There was a lot of stuff going on, and then I went into this relationship, and maybe in retrospect I wasn't as happy as I should have been in that relationship. And you know, that my partner didn't bring out the good in me and didn't remind me of like the things that I loved and should be striving for.
And that was a non-jiu-jitsu guy.
And that, he had done wrestling back in his like college days, but
But
he was very disconnected from that already.
Right.
Yeah, but he knew I loved it.
Not
Yeah.
in that life anymore.
So even if it's working out, some people love working out. You should push your girl to like work out when she
100%.
does. Always encourage it.
Especially if it's something that you know makes them happy. Like, why would you want to bring them down like that? That's terrible.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be in a partnership, you should strive to push your partner to things that bring them joy in their lives, and
100%.
always make sure that even if those days like they don't realize that they're not looking out for themselves, you're looking out for them with things that
And
they
that's
love.
love.
Yeah.
That's love. Like, not even care about yourself. Like, about the other person, how they're happy. Like, that's love 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which jiu-jitsu guys can be pretty egotistical.
So, I guess So, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer to date in the jiu-jitsu community or outside?
What a good question.
Outside,
You
for
prefer
sure.
outside?
Because if something ever happens, like I would feel so uncomfortable still seeing them. I'm not that person that I'm gonna let it go and just be like,
Well, it could be a different school too. I mean, like the community itself. Like, just
the
somebody
community.
who trains jiu-jitsu.
Oh, non-jiu-jitsu versus jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, like, do you look for guys in the non-jiu-jitsu world, or do you keep your feelers open in both worlds?
Yeah. So I keep my eyes open to both worlds, but
But you
realistically,
keep it out of the school.
it's out of the school.
Has to be.
Only
Can't
when
be same school.
Yeah, when I first.
Jackie's making a face.
Like, I don't know, because like I would love, if God just hears me out this one time, I would love a jiu-jitsu guy.
Aw.
You know, because like they know what my goals are. Like, they
Right.
know what's gonna make me happy. I don't have to worry about them caring if I'm rolling with another dude.
Right.
Like, they know me. I'm just trying to fuck them up and work on my technique, you know,
Just
respectfully,
trying to murder them.
competitively, you
Yeah.
know, because you know we all want to be good. But yeah, like I would love that, and I prefer them in the school.
In the
Because
school?
because you get to see how they are every day. Like, you talk to them every day. If you're building a bond with them, you're like, oh my God, this guy's so cool.
I think it's good when you've already established it.
Yes, like-
But yeah, that's hard.
But
I
then-
don't think I could date someone
Obviously, there's
actively
risk to
and
everything.
then be at my school.
We've had a few girls who have dated within their school, and then they came to our school, so
Yeah.
they had to leave.
Or
they
dating
had-
within the- in
yeah,
the
they had to
gym.
leave their
Sucks.
original schools for whatever reason, or they just didn't feel comfortable in that school anymore.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that is a
That's
problem.
a big con, like a huge con.
Right. So
Yeah.
there could be benefits. It maybe if it was my situation where like you're brought in and then you're dating and then you're bonding and you see them you know in that world, because you're different when you're in jiu-jitsu and you're different when you're like off the mats and on the mats, you know, like it's different. So I agree with that part. Like, you get to see that side of them and
Yeah.
share that with them. But then
Yeah.
you have the part where like, man, if everything was horribly wrong,
Yeah.
somebody has to leave the school.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, when you first start talking to someone, you don't know which way it's going to go. I've had guys, not guys, it's very few.
It's guys,
If
it's
it's more
guys.
than one girl, it's
Exactly,
guys.
it's guys.
It's not like in like,
If it's more than one, it's
you know,
guys.
Girl,
it's not
more than
that.
one, we're guys. It's
But-
a party.
You know, they've messaged me and I've been like, okay, I'm down to hang out. Like, let's go to the park or something, just so I can like get the feel of you, get the vibe, you know, meet and greet.
The park? It's a weird place too.
It's the perfect place.
Actually, that's
They
a lie.
have
That's a lie.
to. They have to engage with you.
No, I'm talking shit. I totally had a date at the park
I never had a date at the
with
park.
my boyfriend.
I like it because I
He
wanna.
wasn't my boyfriend. I
I want them to be as
My
genuine.
husband.
Yeah, you're
He's
joking.
not my husband, but
I want them to be as
that was
natural.
our first date at the park. I'm talking
Really?
shit. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
talking shit. Because, you know, he didn't want me to go to his house. I didn't want him to go to my house. I don't know you.
Yeah.
So we
No,
met,
never
so we
at the
met at the
house.
park. And it was daylight, obviously.
Yeah,
Okay.
I honestly, I would feel like, what's the word?
It's funny.
I would feel guilty if I had to go on a first date with a guy that I didn't know and haven't paid, like, for
I see.
$40 to
Spend
$80
money.
date.
There's flannies. I mean, what do you mean?
There's
You-
flannies.
yeah.
No, I'd rather just go to the park. I don't know
Let's go to
you.
the park.
Okay. I'm
I'm
gonna
not
keep that
trying-
in mind. I'm
yeah.
gonna keep that in mind.
Like,
You
yes,
don't waste any time.
there is
right?
that high value, like, oh, he needs to, like, take you out good on the first date. But realistically, like, I need to find out if we even vibe for me to enjoy that date.
Touche.
And then the first date's gonna be fire. Like, we can go do something, like, a little worthwhile. Like, I know I'm, like, gonna be okay even if we have to go half
Because you got the
days.
first step out of the way.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
So I did this with someone that DM'd me from it was a black belt from another gym, and we meet up. It was chill. We had a good time, but then we ended up going separate ways. We didn't feel it. He messages me later on, and he starts asking me for money for competition,
What the?
What?
and I was like, whoa,
Oh my god, these men.
Are you kidding me?
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
surprised he even, like, had the audacity or, like...
Que fresco.
yeah. No, and then 2 months later, he had a kid with someone else.
What the? Oh my
can't,
god!
I can't,
Well, that
I
just
can't.
keeps escalating.
I
Okay,
can't.
Jesus Christ.
And then another guy that DM'd me.
And that's a jiu-jitsu guy.
That yeah, jiu-jitsu. And then another guy DMs me, and he goes, a gentleman. I don't chastise people for how they approach you first on social medias and dating websites. I'll give you the biggest, fattest chance before I'm like gonna write you off. So we start talking and stuff, and it's going well. He's like, oh, I love that you do jiu-jitsu. I'm like, me too.
Me too.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like, you're like, damn, we could actually like maybe go to each other's open mats and like train.
That's
And
cute.
what
Yeah,
happened?
so I don't know what it was. I had some intuition that I should
Stay away.
send his
away.
profile to my cousin. So I was like, hey, have you
seen this?
ever seen this guy like DM you, or has he been around? She goes, yeah. He DM'd me a couple months back. I ended up blocking him
blocked him.
because he was writing shit like, oh, you got a fat ass on one of her like workout videos and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, a lot of guys feel like they can be very confident and
Messaging.
in messaging and brave with like the way they say things,
They
but
definitely are braver in messaging.
yeah, but we're gonna hear
And then you
everything.
see them in person, and they're just like...
They're gonna talk to you. They look at you. I'm like, bro, you were just in my DMs saying,
Oh,
because I remember I posted a video one time of a bolo or something, and then a guy from my gym was like, oh, I need you to teach me that one day because of, oh my god, you do it so well.
Okay, for sure.
but
sure.
at practice he doesn't
And
even
at
pop you up.
yeah, like he's just like looking down. Hi, Jackie. Bro, what about the bolo? You were here trying to a little opener. You don't finish it. Come on now.
And not that it's bad, but
I'm
just,
like bumping into
you know,
the
show the
microphone.
same.
Sorry, guys.
No.
That made me laugh a lot.
I appreciate when they go in like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is their opener. They're gonna wanna,
Oh my
put
God.
some razzle dazzle in
Razzle
there, and they don't. Guys, please, just finish what you started.
Yeah,
just
man.
finish what you started. You're not coming off as creepy because that's a good
Well,
opener.
Well,
With
that
the-
one...
with the
okay,
bolo.
okay, yeah.
I think
That one was fine.
That
Yeah,
was
you're
fair.
right.
But if
That
you're
was a
telling
good
me
one.
like, oh, I want to like.
But then the head down, like, don't even looking at me afterwards was not okay.
Yeah, like don't do that to me. You over here like trying to start some, can't finish.
You
Come
have
on
to
now.
match that energy.
Match it.
So that you considered that appropriate. So,
But if he did
what are
show more confidence while he was there,
Oh,
I'd be
Would you-
impressed.
right?
I
would be
swear. I'd be like, ooh,
Yeah.
what's up?
right, exactly.
You
So
know?
what are the okay, like, flirty things that they can do that you wouldn't feel like totally creeped out? Like, so that was fine, you know. Maybe not too many times. Don't be like, oh, show me a triangle. They don't name all the homosexual positions that you
Right.
can either,
No, yeah.
because you know,
You
like,
get
we
a
get
one try.
it. Yeah,
One try. I understood that opener.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you gonna do with that opener?
Just once. Don't
Just-
go ham with them. You know, like
Exactly.
like so that's okay, but like follow up with some confidence.
Yeah,
in,
don't
in
be-
person.
Don't be intimidated.
Right, don't be intimidated.
Yeah. And he was a blue belt, and I was like, it's fine. Like,
It's fine.
we'll teach each other, you know. But
each
you
other.
you don't show confidence, and I'm gonna like, don't DM girls like that. Like just for future reference, because they're gonna think that you are trying to start something.
And
you know?
if you're not, then don't do it.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be like, oh, was it me that I said something? Then we start questioning ourselves, which we shouldn't. But
yeah, and then it gets weird.
It gets weird.
It gets weird because like now we're avoiding eye contact because like I don't know if you were like just messing, like just making a joke.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's very confusing. So
confusing.
try to be consistent with your behaviors,
Thank you.
guys.
Please. Just
Consistency.
I'm telling you, girls are not gonna swerve you that bad. Like they actually be very impressed.
And what's the word? This is a huge issue in society, though. Like guys in general do not approach women anymore because of fear of rejection.
So true.
Oh
And there's so many single females that I know that are hot as fuck.
No, but
and we
also
go to
the girls like refuse to also make the move because it's like so
It's not-
engraved that like men have to do it. So then the men feel like they have to, and they get nervous and shy, and it's too much pressure.
To
and
be
the girls
fair-
are like they should do it, and I'm not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, like me personally, like I'll make the move first. Like I don't.
Hell
care.
yeah.
Oh, me too.
Oh
Me
yeah.
too.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I'm working on it.
I'm working.
It
it's a
just
work in
can't be
progress.
so like. I gotta meet you first though, and then I'll be like, hey, let's hang out sometime.
Really?
Did you know
You're
that you knew this
brave.
guy before, or was
The one that
he
DM'd me about the
yeah.
bolo. He came to our like gym as a-
before he said that? Message.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
he-
you met him.
I
before.
met him. Yeah.
Okay, so
And
yeah.
he followed me on Instagram,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, this is a new guy at our gym. Cool. And there you go. So I'm like, oh.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. Of course, you would want to meet them first
Yeah.
before being like super flirty back.
Mhm.
But,
You don't know if you're gonna vibe with them, and
Right.
the worst thing is contextually finding a vibe, and then you meet in person, and it's flat. And that happens a lot with online dating, where
That's
you
true.
can script anything while you're texting. You can sound appropriate to a person, and go with the flow of a conversation if you know how to hold one. So just through texting, you can't tell anything. Even voice messages, you have to be with the person in their presence, and you guys have to have that connection. And
just be confident. Just be
Yeah.
confident. Be you.
In both parties, girls
yeah,
and guys.
both parties. And if you don't vibe, then you don't vibe.
That's it.
That's
Trial and
it.
error.
Now we're friends.
and just
and
and
now
just
we're
be
friends.
honest.
Now we're friends.
And now we're teammates or friends or whatever. Like,
But the
it's
thing
okay
is,
if
I
things
feel like we're a
don't
different
work
demographic
out.
of women where we're okay with having that voice, and a lot of girls will either flat out be harsh from the beginning and be like, wow, what's your problem? Like, I can't believe you said that. Or they go into the whole like, oh, I'm going to lead them on a little bit and then I'm going to ghost them.
So I guess you have to be able to like. Oh, you mean the girl leads them on
Yeah.
and then ghosts them?
They'll be like, okay, yeah,
Okay, so
sure.
yeah,
And then they feel bad that they don't want to be upfront. I'm super bold with it. I'm like, listen, I didn't feel the romantic connection. I apologize.
communication.
You know,
Yeah.
You're a better woman than me.
We had a good time,
You're a better woman
but
than me.
I can't.
Communication is important.
It
I
is.
think.
No,
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely just voice your voice. Like literally, like speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself.
It's the
Just
best
be
thing about you.
honest, and it'll save you so much time and drama.
Mhm.
Like it's not even funny.
Mhm.
That's why I'm.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so like intense. Honestly,
I wish I was
I'm
like
so
that.
bold and like blunt. Like I will say everything.
I've been
I
single
feel
for way
about
too
you. If
long
you
to
ask
not
me-
be like that.
I've been too, but I'm so like,
I had to dial it back actually.
I need
a lot
to-
worse.
oh my god, that's good. No,
I ask my
I'm with
guy
it.
friends all the time if I'm being too forward, and they're like, "Yeah, probably. You should probably wait like at least a week or something." And I'm like,
How long do you wait?
I don't like to wait. I'm like,
Okay, wait. What?
If I meet-
like this conversation,
like if I meet someone that's cute and
Are you
like,
talking about, like-
we already like went to a park date or whatever, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, like, what are you doing this weekend?"
for like
Yeah, to hang out,
That's fine.
to
like
go on a
Netflix
date
and
or something.
chill, hang out.
Oh.
or, like,
Oh, that's a different-
what I'm-
that's a different
okay, that's what I'm trying to
conversation.
confirm.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So
Like-
you're just very open.
No,
like,
I
fast.
always date to
You're very
be in a
open fast,
relationship.
though.
Yeah.
100%.
You open up
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, I'm open fast. Like I'll
Me
be like,
too,
"Hey, can I call
exactly.
you?"
Yeah, me too. Exactly. I'm very similar. Like,
Ah.
so it comes off a little aggressive.
It comes off very
It comes-
forward.
or forward.
But
whatever
I'm
word you
very
wanna use.
selective
I
of
feel like
the
it's
people that
aggressive.
I continue with. So
That's actually good. That happened to me with the guy. Like the third day I was talking to him, he FaceTimes me. I was like, no.
It's too much.
Too much?
It's too much.
He's like, answer. I was like, no.
No.
And then I answered the phone call and it was like very forward. And he's like, what are you doing? Let's do this, let's do that. I'm like,
So then, what's appropriate for
Which-
like at least in training? Okay, yeah, you might run into the girls that are like snobby and like ill stop. But
I
then
think-
you're gonna find the girls that are okay with it
Yeah.
and are single and
Mhm.
ready to mingle.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what is okay to? What
I
kind of
think
flirting?
the
What do
good
you-
a good way to do
What do you like? What do you
In
like?
jiu-jitsu.
I think a good way to do it is
For jiu-jitsu guys, yeah.
Yeah.
actively ask her if she like wants like a water bottle from the gym or whatever when
Oh.
she's training.
Aw.
That's so cute.
You know, I think sweeter considerations. Oh, hey, do you mind rolling with me later? I wanted to try some new moves,
Oh, okay.
and I was hoping you could
Okay.
train with me.
Oh, I was hoping you could show me something. Oh,
yeah,
like actually
and
like
if you see that she's like pretty chill with you, and then maybe like later on when you get to know each other a little more, maybe
and
start
definitely
actively.
put the feelers out. Like,
Yeah.
just don't jump right into like, hey, you want to come watch a movie at my house?
Because that's
Please
it's
don't.
super
It's like,
superficial.
yeah, that's very
It's very
obvious
superficial.
where that's going.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
definitely, like, do cute little gestures like that.
Yeah, then
you
eventually
can make
get her
flirty
number.
comments and read the room.
Read the room.
Make a flirty comment, and if she makes a face of disgust, I think that's a good signal
You can
that
tell
she's
right
not
away.
interested.
Yeah.
Women either
Or-
engage or don't engage.
Right, or
Facts.
if she chuckles and doesn't look at you in the eye, I think that's a sign that she's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
For sure.
Yeah. mhm.
Or if she
I've
leaves
definitely
you on
done that,
red.
and they don't understand that.
On
They just
IG.
keep saying the weird comments, like, over and over, and I'm like,
Thankfully, I've honestly I don't have those weird experiences.
Luckily, it's only one person, but every time he shows up at the school,
Oh my
it's so
god.
annoying. I could just avoid him at this point because I know he'll say something stupid, but not to name names, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
it's just like, dude, like, can you not read this face of like disgust and uncomfortableness?
Right. So whenever someone you don't enjoy engaging with, you have to like redirect the conversation immediately to something very neutral, or just disengage with the conversation altogether.
Yeah, I find it easier to just completely disengage.
Yeah. So say you could say something like, "Oh, I have to actually ask Jose about something. I'll be right back."
BRB.
And then you just keep talking to your homie for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if you feel appropriate to tell someone like at the gym that's close to you, like, hey, if you see me with this person, approach and block the conversation a little bit and like let me like.
So I guess, okay, so those cute gestures and that's okay. You said asking to like drill and like, so if they're a lower belt, like if the girl's a lower belt, then you wouldn't really ask them to show you something. I guess, yeah,
Right.
I want to practice something.
Yeah.
Do you want to be
Right.
my little dummy, whatever? Like,
Help me
my
out.
doll.
Yeah. Or like the water thing. Oh my, that's so cute.
It's
Like,
very-
Are you thirsty?
I
Do
should've-
you need water?
I should have been a guy.
I would go engage with you.
Hey, you
Like,
want a protein bar? And some
You want
water?
a protein bar? Do you
Hell
need an
yeah.
apple? A
oh my
banana?
god. Because
Wow.
I always get
Maybe
a
not the
bang.
banana.
Want a colada?
You want a colada? Some croquetas.
Exactly.
Empanada.
Before practice, I always get a bang. Like every time because I'm like so tired after
That's
work.
not so funny.
I
know.
I always get a bang.
The energy drink.
I was confused.
Okay. I always get
Always
one.
like a good bang before
Oh,
practice.
That'd be great. Anyway.
Really loosens the hips.
So if a
Oh
guy
my
was just
God.
like, hey, I got you a bang. Like, do you want to like practice something? I'm like,
Yes.
I'm sold. Marry me right now.
Marry me.
Honestly.
Damn,
That's the move. That's the move.
that's the move.
I'll be your
Are
provider
you guys
and teach
listening?
you.
Take notes.
I'll be your
Just
provider.
buy her a bang.
Just notice that she buy her a bang, give her a bang.
Give
whatever
her
you want. I'm just
caffeine.
kidding. But give her caffeine. She'll be engaged.
So what about during a roll?
Like,
You cannot have any flirtations in a row.
you don't think so?
No, that's super inappropriate.
Oh.
That's really inappropriate for the people looking at you, around you, and for just your entertainment with that person. You have to. It's business and pleasure. It's separate things.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because I'm pretty playful on the mats.
Me too.
So, and
No,
that's- and that's
playful is
what-
different. I know how you are.
I know how you are.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's way different. You're
Okay, so
exactly. That's
it's
the perfect word.
different.
Playful is meaning like you're not serious. In
yeah.
the sense that you're okay with like laughing and maybe having a conversation, but to make it like
And I do it with both genders too.
yes,
So it's like,
yes, it's
you see me
You're
laughing. And,
mysterious.
yeah, you see me laughing and
Yeah, you
giggling
don't
with like
discriminate.
everybody and like hugging
Yeah.
everybody close and
Adelia-
smiling.
yeah. We have a friend that like she's like literally complimenting every single other thing about you when like she's
Ooh.
rolling.
Oh, wow.
I already said her name.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Who
Yeah.
was it?
Adelia.
Oh, that she's
Oh, she's
always
nice.
complimenting you
She's
during
so
the...
cute.
She's like in a single leg X. Like, oh, I really like these shorts.
Great shorts.
Yeah.
Loving this.
Love that.
She
Love
does
that
single,
for you.
single leg X on you.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But with me, like when because there's a like I've always found guys at my gym cute, and there's one right, and every time I roll with him, I'm very playful. I'm not serious at all. I'm
What do
like
you consider playful though?
like
I be biting people sometimes.
like
and
if
that's
you're
playful
if
too.
you're my guard, I'm hugging you. Like
as if
I'm,
you're suffocating me though. I'm like,
no, like I'm hugging. Like I'm like laughing.
But that's normal. Like,
But
to
no,
hug
but, like,
somebody in your guard.
But there's difference. Like, if I'm clubbing the shit out of you, then I'm trying to fuck you up.
Yeah.
This is not playful. But if I'm like, oh, come here.
I don't think it's. I don't think, like, if you have a crush on the person, I still don't think it's appropriate to be that playful with them. I really don't.
I guess
that's the reason why.
I don't know. That's a personal choice. Then.
That's the reason. Yeah, but that's the reason why people don't like different sexes rolling together, because of that fact exactly. Like, what if he's talking to someone?
So
isn't it inappropriate that, like, he's not gonna say no to your role because that's weird?
Also, you match the energy, right? Because he's playful with me.
Right. So because guys kind of like take advantage too.
You gotta read the energy.
Read the energy.
You gotta read it, but also, like, I was brought into it like that, and it was very, like, playful, especially with, like, the new girls coming in who didn't even really know jiu-jitsu. You would just hear and then of course, you know, like, the guy I'm dating is like one of the higher belts.
Yeah,
it's nervousness, or, like, you know, maybe some girls I'm sure enjoyed it, like, you know.
No, it's just funny nervous. Like, they're just laughing because they're so nervous. Like, you don't know.
Right. So it's like, but it's something I still had to, like, get used to. I'm like, this girl's, like, being manhandled basically by the guy I'm dating, and yeah, so I had to get used to that while her giggling and laughing, and, you know, but eventually I learned that the teammates were also kind of like that. They were playful and like that. Like, it could be seen as flirty, and then I kind of just, like, got used to it.
Yeah.
But I guess, it would be a personal preference at that point.
Exactly, Ash. Like, it's a preference, definitely. So, sorry guys, I just saw the time. I'm gonna have to head out. I'll leave you with Jackie and Ashley. Have so much fun. I'll miss you guys. I'll see you at the fight later.
Alrighty, so Ash has just left us, so we're just gonna keep going. So, Jackie, what is the stupidest thing, specifically a jiu-jitsu guy, has said to you to, like, impress you or flirt with you?
Oh my god, it's just so many.
It's
just a couple.
Just a couple. Or you can give us the top three, you know? Top three cringy moments.
Yeah, so
I have, like, one.
Yeah? Okay, so one time, I think I was, like, a blue belt. Yeah, I was a blue belt, and then this guy, like, was just coming up to me, and he's like, oh, can we drill? So we're drilling, and then we roll, and he would just be like, oh, yeah, like, that, I let you do that. Like, I just wasn't focusing, and, yeah, next time, like, I'm gonna get you, don't worry. And I was just like, okay.
All right.
That, it was kind of, like, in the air. Like, I didn't know how to take that. I was like, are you flirting with me?
Is this a flirt? Are you genuinely, like, threatened?
Yeah, like, or is it you trying to flirt? Because it's a little cringy right now. Like,
was he laughing or no?
Smiling? He was smiling.
Okay, so maybe it was a flirt.
Maybe, and I was oblivious. So I was just like, okay. But now I think about it, and I'm like, after a roll, it's just weird to say that.
I guess, yeah, it just needs to be a little more clear. Make your flirts very obvious, guys.
Yeah.
I guess we're also oblivious sometimes. You can't even tell if someone's interested or not sometimes.
Yeah.
And people act weird all the time. It makes it harder.
Yeah.
So...
but like what you were saying, like to make it smooth and like direct, like that flirty, I'd be all over it. I'll be all over it. I'd be like, oh, what are you trying to do? Like,
okay, then I'll tell you my creepy one.
Tell me.
So I don't know if this was him flirting or I'm gonna assume it was. But
see?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume it was because it was just weird. Like literally, oh wow, your thighs, they look so strong. They're nice. They're big. And I'm like, thank you. I know that they're big.
Oh my god.
Very strong, yes. Thank you. And then, like, okay, so that was really weird. And then he asked me to roll at one point. I don't know if it was the same day or not. I don't remember. And I gave him a chance. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's see if it gets weird. And then obviously was in my guard, between my thighs. Oh, wow, they're so strong.
No, he didn't. Yeah. No, he didn't. He said something. Wow, you guys were rolling.
Yes,
bro, stop.
Really creepy.
That's creepy. You beat me. Like, no, you beat me. Like, if a guy did that to me, I'd be like, we're done here. We're done. Like, I'll start moving, like, very, like, ugh.
Yeah, I think I let the guard go after that.
Please. Oh, my God.
But he was a giant. Like, he's a big guy. So he's, like, really tall. So it's like, there's not much I can do, really, like, grapple this guy. So of course I'm gonna use the strongest
part of her
thing
body.
I had, but like he didn't have to comment on that.
Why?
Yeah, it's like he already made his comments. He didn't need to re-comment during the roll. So
God,
thankfully that was my creepiest moment.
No, that's a top creepy. Oh my God.
Like, I don't even. I think that one like maybe erased all the other ones that may have or not have happened because that's the only one I remember. Like,
yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah, trauma.
That's
yeah,
trauma.
a guy's never like during a roll said like, "Oh, you're so strong," or "Oh my god, like your skin is so soft," or some stupid shit. Never. God, I would not know what to do.
Your skin is so
I don't fucking know.
Your skin is so soft.
Yeah, I couldn't hold a grip. Like something, bro. I would die. I would die.
I would die. Oh my god. Okay, so what are your go-to signals to let a guy know that you're interested?
Oof. I'd always call him out to roll. Like
You call them out
always.
to roll?
I'd be like, hey,
like every time you see them, you're rolling.
yeah, like in my gym,
Okay.
our coaches are always like, pick your partners, which I hate. But
For grappling?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like he's never partnering people up. He's like, pick your partners. I'm like, hey, you, vamos. Like I always call him out.
Yeah, we used to do like a line where like the coach picks 3 people and then
Like
it's like
King
the
of the
Ring
Hill?
of Death. Like if you win, you stay.
Yeah,
and
King
then,
of the
and
Hill.
then
Yeah.
and then you just keep going.
I hate King of the Hill.
But yeah, that's usually what he does. But in open mats, it's pick your partner.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah. No, sometimes during class, like after, he's like, all right, guys, pick your partners. Like, this is like that free reign. And I'm like, hey, you want to roll? He's
Hey.
like, sure. I'm like, oh, let's go. And it's just a
Please
playful
tell me you
roll.
have more moves than just that. Because
Well-
that is not that obvious.
You don't think so? No, I'm not subtle.
It could just be you enjoy the role itself. Like maybe you like how he rolls. Like I have people that I just prefer to roll
That's
with because
true.
I like how they roll. So other people are just too aggressive or they just suffocate you the whole time.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
too much pressure. Like
Yeah.
it could be that. So that might not be that obvious. So you
Really?
might want to pick up a few.
Yeah, in my brain, I'm like, oh, I'm always calling you first. Like, he has to know.
He has to.
No,
know.
okay, scratch
no,
that.
Definitely not.
Because I know the
He's not
brain
gonna
of a
know.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to know.
Don't assume anyone is a mind reader.
That's my biggest downfall. Oh my God, that's so
That's
true.
everybody's downfall. That's why I communicate so much. That's why I'm so intense. That's why I'm so blunt.
Yeah.
And I just like attack anything I want to know. Like I'm gonna ask you, and if I can tell that you are very uncomfortable with being open, then I kind of just
You
I
back
back up a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's valid. That's super nice.
But I'll go like 100 in like until I see that you're uncomfortable. I'm like, oh okay.
I respect that. Like, I respect that 100% because everything's clear. There's no room for guessing.
Yeah. I like
You
to
know?
force people to open up. Honestly, it's probably not the best quality, but I feel like it's helping. It's helping. Everyone's so like shut in and scared to express themselves or be themselves. So
Yeah.
I feel like that. I like doing that.
Yeah, you make them feel comfortable.
Yeah,
And then you think-
exactly. Make them feel comfortable to be themselves.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
awesome. That's awesome.
And it's like I bring out all my weird shit too. Like I don't care. I'll bring out all my embarrassing shit. Like
Hell yeah.
I'll just blurt it out. And like yeah, there's probably a million people judging me, but I don't really care.
No,
Like literally, like that does not affect my life.
that's awesome.
And if it is the evil eye, I'm already like meditating it away. I got my candles, I got my incense, I have my oils, crystals, everything. So back up, ho,
Back up, ho. Let's go.
or bro, ho, whoever's hating.
Yeah.
basically.
No, yeah. But
So yeah,
yeah.
pick up another move, girl.
Oh my God.
Maybe more
You gotta tell me.
touching and giggling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank
yeah.
God.
No.
If it was just that, I'm
No.
like, girl.
No,
one's gonna know.
No, I would touch the bicep. I'd be like, dude, do you want to, like, let's just roll. Like, come here. And we were sitting down, like, hey, do you want to roll? Like, not even, like, just talking it, but, like, saying it. I would just, like, I would touch.
Do you make flirty comments though?
See, I'm not the best at, like, making flirty comments at all.
Okay, so maybe work on that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because maybe that's why, yeah, maybe the guys are just, and you know,
Like, oh, she's a bro.
you gotta be really obvious with the guys. Maybe start working on being blunt.
I need to. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, just go full 100 like me and just like open up completely and just be like, hey. Especially if you're interested.
No, yeah. Good
Especially if you're
idea.
interested. If you're not interested, don't do that. But if you're interested, like, just open up completely and they'll be like, oh, damn. Like, whoa, no mind games? What? This
love
is
that.
weird.
That's, you see? That's good advice.
Try it, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Try it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I think we spoke about this earlier. Like, how do you handle an uncomfortable situation? I think you said you just like beating them up afterwards.
Yeah, like if it's uncomfortable for me, like if we're about to roll, like I'll just like I'll fuck you up, like just make it known, like I'm not here to play games.
I'm not here to play
Yeah,
games.
but if it gets too uncomfortable, like okay, like you're not my favorite role, like there's a tolerating role, like
You just avoid them.
I just
completely.
avoid them, like you don't know, like that I have no problem, like saying no to roles or
That's
to guys.
important.
That's so important. Like
Especially as a female, like if you are not comfortable rolling with somebody, you definitely need to be able to say no. Yeah. And sometimes they get offended. And it's like
I can give two shits.
Yeah, it's like first of all, like I'm smaller than you. Like I don't have to go roll with you. Like I don't have to put myself in danger or in an uncomfortable position. Like this is already a very close contact sport. Like which can be uncomfortable sometimes. Why do I need to make it more uncomfortable for myself? Like that's ridiculous.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure you say no to other guys. Like.
Yeah, exactly. And this also goes for girls that are like they're competitors. They have the mindset. They're like, I will roll with everyone. I've learned that that's the biggest mistake a girl can make, because I've seen girls like have herniated discs. Like they have like all these bad injuries. That it's like the only way you'll get those type of injuries is from really heavy people, because I cannot hurt a girl.
Really strong people.
Yeah, or like you get taken down by a guy and they fucking like drop you super hard.
No, for sure. I've been injured by.
You know,
I think it's all been guys, honestly.
Yeah, all my injuries have been men. Like,
oh no, it's a lie. And one was in a competition, so it was a girl. But every other injury, a dude.
Yeah. So like that's why I look at you. You make me feel uncomfortable. You are a super hard roll, and like none of us learn from it. I rather just say no. And my coach, like that's what I love about him, because he's like, you can say no whoever you want. I'm like, bet. But he's like, if a guy says no to you, then that's a problem. And I always wondered that. I was like,
oh, why?
Yeah. Because some guys, like, they just don't want to smoke because the girl is more technical.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The girls
they don't want their ego to get bruised.
And he would tell me, he's like, anyone told you no today? I was like,
anyone tell you no today?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's facts, because we're so technical. So.
That's it. I was thinking, like, the other way, like, maybe it's because... or like they feel uncomfortable, like, just grappling a female. Because, you know, you have to... touch them.
Yeah.
Some guys are not totally comfortable with that. And then I'm not always immediately comfortable with a guy to roll with a guy either. Like, if I'm forced to do it, I'll do it. And then from there, I'll decide if I'm comfortable to continue rolling with that person in the future or not. But it does take me, like, I have to see you, like, at least at the gym a few times before I even, like, consider asking you to roll. Like, I have to see your face at least once or twice. And I'm like, okay. And watch you. Like, I'll watch how you roll with other people. And then I'll see from there, like, okay, I think safe to roll with them, you know? And then I'll finally be like, hey, let's roll.
Yeah.
With the guys. Have you ever, like, stepped in for, like, a girl teammate that you saw was... Are you still the only girl?
No, there's, like, 4 of us now. Like, at Tech. Yeah.
Have you ever seen them, like, being uncomfortable and then you step in, or they step in for each other? Or they kind of just let everybody, like, deal with it on their own?
Well, at this school, I haven't stepped in, but I did do it at my old school, where I saw, like, my teammate, she actually came out to me. She's like, man, that roll was bad. Like, I don't know. She was very, like, shaken. Like, she was crying and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I had to step in. I had to be like, you want me to say something?
What happened?
I guess the guy was very rough, like, smothering her. And, like, I guess, I don't know if it was a trigger. I don't know. But for a girl to be very, like, shaken up like that, I mean, wow. PTSD or maybe.
Yeah. Definitely
it wasn't like...
something needs to be
said,
so
sure. I was like, you don't want to say something? And I was level-headed. She wasn't. I was like, sit right there.
Yeah.
So I told him something, and he was like, oh, but I was like, just don't do that again. Wow. And that's it.
Yeah, it's really important for for women to feel comfortable at their gyms, or especially with the females, to be comfortable enough with the females that they train with to speak up also about that situation. Like, I don't know what made her feel that way, but something needed to be said for sure. And it was good that she felt comfortable enough to speak to the other girls, because sometimes girls don't get along, or they just have, like, this rivalry between each other. Like, we have to compete, we have to be better than each other, and it's like, we're not even fighting each other in competitions. Like, why are we fighting with each other? Like, we should be helping each other become awesome so that we can be, like, the best school or whatever, like, the best of the best. Like, it doesn't make sense to bash each other or bring each other down. So it's really important to feel comfortable to talk to the girls and even open up about anything about their dating, the guys in the school or outside the school. Like, it's just nice to have that.
I love that. When, like, all the girls are together and they talk, like, we're very close. Like, at least the girls in my gym, luckily, like, we don't compete against each other. Like, we just roll and we're like, yo, that was so good. Like, can you show me what you did?
Yeah, and then no drama.
No.
Like, why do we don't need drama. Like, there's already enough drama in the world itself. Like, let's just keep it, like, real.
Yeah.
Like, that's also why I like to just be honest and open about everything, because it just keeps it real. Keeps all the bullshit out. Like,
no. We're just very trained.
And then, have you ever told a guy off for being a creep?
Yes. Absolutely.
See, I never told that guy off. I should have told him off.
No, one thing, like,
I just avoid him.
Yeah, in the beginning of my jiu-jitsu, like, career, like, I was very timid. Like, I was put in uncomfortable situations. Like, someone talking to me while they have me like on mount and like the worst, and I never said anything. But now, like, I learned that you have to say something, like 100%. Like, if you don't, they're gonna keep doing it.
It's true.
It might come off weird. You might start crying. It doesn't matter. But at least you said something.
So true. Who knows how many other thighs he's commented on?
For real.
Those poor girls. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're the one standing up for them. You're the voice.
I should have said something.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know what? The next time I see him, I'll say something. What's a good sign that you're uncomfortable?
Like the sign that I'm making that I'm uncomfortable.
So if a guy sees it, like he'll know. Like I should stop.
Mm-hmm.
I should stop saying whatever I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
Or doing whatever I'm doing.
Yeah. Hopefully, like, my face gesture and, like, my body language says enough, right? No?
I don't think so.
Man, because, I mean, there's one time during a roll, I had to tell a guy, like, all right, you're being a little too rough. Like, relax.
Okay.
You know, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh, it's cool, but, like, just match me.
You had to vocalize it, though.
Yeah. And
the body language wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough because I was just, like, pushing him away. He was, like, smothering me, and I had to, like, frame against his face. So he understands, like, you're being a little too much right now, you know?
Yeah, I guess in that situation it's hard to read the body language because he was probably just trying to, like, win or something.
Yeah.
You know? He wasn't thinking about, like, oh, this girl's uncomfortable. He's just like, I need to win because this is a girl.
I'm 4'11". Jesus Christ! You don't learn from the role. I definitely not learning from the role. Like, and then when you fight a guy that's your size bigger, you're going to be so lost. So if anything, match my energy.
That's funny.
That's the best advice I can give.
And what about for the ladies? What advice do you have for the ladies? Being single and dating and out there.
You know, don't be scared, homie. Like, just be open, be straightforward. Like, say what you mean what you say. Like,
you're gonna work on that too?
Yeah, hell yeah. This is to me, and to everybody else.
This is for me.
This is for me, but for everybody else. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, oh, you don't like me? All right, cool.
Oh, you're rejected? Cool.
Cool. On to the next one.
Yeah.
There's gonna be maybe a new brown that walks in.
I've dealt with failure before.
Yeah.
I've lost in competitions before.
I'd rather get rejected 100 times than lose in tournaments. So let's just think it that way. Because I'm very competitive. So, you know, like, I work really hard in the gym to, like, win my tournaments and be good, eat healthy and stuff. So if I can handle the failure of losing a fight, then I can handle this.
There you go.
You know?
All right. Last topic I guess we'll talk about. It was like a last minute one. Dating and, like, hierarchies. Yeah. So when I started, right, when I was dating my husband at the time, he was like a blue belt. I think like a middle level blue belt or almost a purple. I don't remember exactly. But obviously I'm a female and I was a lower belt. So I was able to take advice and teachings nicely. I wasn't like offended or anything. But there were moments, I guess, that I'd be like, can you just like say it differently? I don't like how you're saying it right now. Because it would come off condescending.
Oh man.
Yeah, but only every now and again, but it really depends on the people.
It does.
Because then we had some other friends.
Yeah.
who were also in relationships. One, I think, was also, the girl was introduced, so she was a lower belt. The other one, I think she was also introduced, but they kind of started at the same, like, they were a lot closer in rank. So that was more understandable. Like, they were closer in rank, so if he would, like, try to be like, oh no, you're doing it wrong, like, do this. Like, she would kind of get annoyed sometimes.
I'm dead. Yeah. I'm dead because
like, excuse me, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then in roles, like, it would get so heated sometimes that, like, she would storm off.
No.
Yeah, like, screw this, like, and just storm. But with him, you know, only him.
I'm dead.
Yeah, maybe sometimes with other guys too, but only if they were being, like, super annoying. But, and then the other couple, I don't know. They just can't, like, they can't teach each other. Like, it just doesn't work very well. But that's 3 different levels of dating, and then, like, having that weird hierarchy. Like, they're a little bit close in belt level. They're definitely, the guy's higher, and then the girl is a lower belt. Now, what if the girl is a higher belt and the guy is lower belt? You know, that can also be a problem. The guy might have too much ego. Like, I know what I'm doing. I was in the class. I saw the move. You know, but you're a higher belt, so obviously you've done it way more than them.
Yeah. Wow. I think it just depends on the person, honestly.
It does.
Because, like, I mean, I'm not in a relationship, but I roll with a lot of blue belt guys, like, and they teach me stuff sometimes. Like, they tell me things that I don't see, and I'm okay with it. Like, one teammate of mine, he's so aggressive. He'd be like, Jackie, what are you doing? No, it's like this. Blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, bet. Like, I take it fine. He's like, Jax, no, you have to have it on the side. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Like, that's how I see it. Like, I don't get offended. I don't think it's condescending because I am separating, like, I guess it's just it's just learning.
Right. Like, you should.
I'm a white belt forever.
Right. That's what you're
I'm
supposed
a white belt
to be.
forever.
Right.
Like,
so that problem shouldn't really be there, but like everybody's egos get in the way, and it's like we're supposed to be forever students. Even at a black belt, like we're still learning. We're always learning. It's lifelong learning. It never ends.
I never use my belt as like, oh, I know more than the other people. Because like, what if you really know something that I don't? Like, there's this white belt in our gym, and he switched from another school. He has this sick butterfly hook, okay, and I'm always looking at it and it's perfect. Like, I can't see a different one. It's like a black belt butterfly setup, and I'm like, this is annoying. I would tell him, like, this is annoying, but I'm gonna work on it, and it's so good. Like, I compliment him, and I ask him, like, how do you get it so sticky? Like, because he's always like messing with me.
But
with
you see,
it.
Exactly. Or like maybe you have like that random blue belt or white belt that's like constantly watching all those damn videos of like techniques and stuff.
And we have
right?
those.
So
There's this blue belt in our gym. Like, he's always like teaching everybody, and I actually listen. I'm like, yo, that's actually really good. What if he retains information better than me?
Right.
You know, and then a black belt or brown belt. Like,
Right.
I love that. Like,
and just never just be open, be a student forever, white belt forever.
white belt forever. That's how I see it.
Be
Like,
open to what everybody has to teach and offer. You know,
Yeah.
everybody has something to offer.
Yeah.
So, in the jiu-jitsu community, speaking of hierarchies, there's a situation that has been coming out when it comes to, you know, maybe a black belt talking to a lower belt, which is fine. It becomes a problem when, you know, it's a coach or even a brown belt coach, like a coach in general, someone who teaches the classes, getting involved with students, and that's not a problem. I don't think that's a problem. Sometimes there are people out there who go for young females, and I want to make it known that I don't know how many young girls are going to listen to this, but if they are listening, I want to emphasize how important it is to feel comfortable enough to talk to the higher belt girls in your school the moment something happens or makes you uncomfortable, because waiting years later to tell them does not fix the situation and makes it a lot more complicated.
yeah.
And I'm sure many girls, young girls, have had this experience, and I'm sure many older women have seen this happen. You know, and it's terrible when you find out years later and you really can't do anything.
Yep.
It's like,
I want to be like a big sister, and I want to make sure everyone's okay. And if something's just in your gut doesn't feel right, like, I just hope girls and guys, like, speak up. Speak up. Like, talk to someone you trust, and let them know, like, this happened. What should I think about it? And then you'll start brainstorming, you know, and choose the right person to say that to, so they can help you analyze the situation. Like, oh, was it like this or was it like that? Like, how to make you feel, and then you get all the answers and you work up with a solution. But just don't stay quiet. Like, don't stay quiet.
it is an unfortunate reality in the jiu-jitsu community, especially for younger females, but even adult females. Like, it happens where you're uncomfortable and you're too scared to talk about it, or you don't want to mention it to the other girls because they'll be like, oh, you're just being soft, or you're being sensitive, or maybe the guys will say, oh, you're being sensitive, like, oh, it's just in your head, it's whatever, you know.
Oh my god, no. That's why you gotta, like, pick who you say these things to, because like, for me, I would never say to someone, oh, you're probably overthinking it. That's lame. Like, the person's coming up to you to trust you about a secret. Yes. You know, like, I actually had a where I had to my coach, like, hey, I felt a little vibe between this role, like, and I just told him, I'm letting you know, if there's a scene that starts, just know why. You know, and but me at 27,
right?
You know, and he's like, oh, bet, fine, do what you gotta do. You know, so I just want, but it took me a while to be like this. Back then, that Jackie had, like, no voice. My voice was worked on.
Okay, so it takes time to get your own voice. So as a female, I think we can recommend that if you haven't befriended the girls in your gym,
do it. You never know.
Create that women's circle in your gym. You know, whatever. If you have to be the first one that does it, or you're new, maybe you just started, or you're gonna start. If you go in, look for the girls. Find the higher belt girls. Get to know them. Get comfortable with them, because that's gonna be the safe space.
Exactly.
For
yeah.
sure.
No girl's gonna turn you away saying you're dumb or you're crazy.
Exactly.
I promise
Especially
you.
in a contact sport like this, for sure.
No, if anything, we're more there for each other, like than the guys are. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, that was our first episode.
Yeah.
I think that went pretty well. I think we got a lot of information out for the girls out there. So
Absolutely.
I hope you guys really enjoyed this conversation as much as we did. We really talked about a lot.
We did. We got all types, funny, deep, everything.
Well, thank you. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.